So, have you ever noticed how certain roles or expectations are just so deeply ingrained in our society? Like what men and women can do or say is often heavily controlled, and if we're being honest, it's not always because of some kind of biological difference, but more about social norms. Women, in particular, are often socialized to be super nice and agreeable. They're taught that it's their job to be sweet and accommodating, which can sometimes feel like a heavy burden. And when they do try to break free from these expectations, it can be really empowering. Look at some of the most influential women in history, people like Marlene Dietrich and Josephine Baker, who were unapologetically themselves, even if that meant being seen as masculine or unconventional. Then there's Eleanor Roosevelt, Coco Chanel. They all showed that with a little bit of courage and self-awareness, you can challenge the status quo and forge your own path. And then there's Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. She was known for having this wicked streak, but in a way that made her incredibly relatable and human. She didn't care what others thought of her, and that naturalness just drew people to her. So, what can we learn from these women? We can learn that by facing our own dark side, those parts of ourselves that we might be hiding or ashamed of, we can become more authentic and confident. When we confront our fears and impulses head-on, they don't have to lie dormant in the shadows anymore. They can be released, and we can be our true selves. That's what I call exorcism, a taking control of those parts of ourselves that have been holding us back. By doing so, we can tap into a deeper sense of power and presence as humans. And that's really the key to living a more authentic life.